keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
If you want to avoid getting ripped off and put more money in your pocket, then join me, Clark Howard, every weeknight at 6, right here on WOCA, The Source.
WOCA.
Welcome to the Renewal Home Show, bringing you expert advice for home improvements and energy efficiency. And now, here's your host, Jared Mellick.
Hello, welcome back. That is right. It's the Renewal Home Show. Hi, my name is Jared Mellick. Today, I'm joined by Director of Sales for Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida, window expert extraordinaire, Jim Sellers. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing great today. Thanks so much for having me. Looking forward to talking a little bit more about some home improvement.
Great show today lined up for you. You're not going to want to miss any part of it. Today, we're talking about 5 ways to make your home more energy efficient. And we're going to have a special. Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida has an offer just for you, our listener. If you're listening to us right now, this offer is just for you, and you're not going to want to miss it. Coming up a little bit later on in the show. Go ahead and get a pen ready to write down a phone number because there's an offer that you're not going to want to miss. All right, so today we're talking about energy efficiency. You know, I continue every single month, the power bill comes in and it just continues to go up and up. And as soon as I think, man, I'm spending way too much on energy, the next power bill comes and it seems to be higher.
That's true. It is so tough, to keep up. Obviously, it's I don't know if it's normal, but it seems a little extra hot this summer. But I also know that there are some ways you can help improve those things. But it just, like you said, it keeps getting more and more expensive, it seems. And my kids will leave the door open and air conditioning outside for a little while or something like that. And so I got to come up with some ways to improve the energy efficiency of my home.
Well, we're going to talk about 5 ways today to make your home more energy efficient. So let's talk about the first one, insulation. Insulation is what restricts heat from transferring from one area to the other, whether it's the insulation in the exterior walls, but the more common insulation that we're going to be talking about is the insulation that goes at the ceiling level that stops the heat from exchanging from the inside of your home up to the attic area. And this is a great way, adding insulation is a great way to save some energy.
That's absolutely true. And one nice thing about it, it's not incredibly expensive depending on how accessible your attic is and those type of things, but you can easily improve the amount of insulation in your attic, and it doesn't take the guys that long to do it. It's a really great option when you do that, because obviously if you've spent any time at all in an attic in Florida, you realize it is a death trap. And mostly what you want to do is keep that deathly heat out of the main portion of your home.
It is true. And so adding some insulation, whether you do it yourself as a project, you can rent the machines from the home improvement stores, or you can hire somebody to come in and add that insulation. But it is a great way to be able to save energy, because the less heat that comes inside the home, the lower your energy bills are going to be. So next one is number 2 is a programmable thermostat. Now, this is something where really it's not that expensive to do. You take your existing thermostat, and the idea with it is you replace it with one that you can control through schedules where it's programmable, so that way the times where you want the temperature to be one temperature, you set it in advance of that. And then, so for example, let's say that you're gone all day. You don't want to air condition at the same rate throughout the entire day while you're not there actually using it as what you are, let's say, when you're there at home cooking, or your family's getting together for dinner in the evenings. You want it to be a more comfortable temperature during that time.
That's absolutely true. And there's also some great options with your smartphones and your tablet devices. You can get thermostats that are programmable with those, and you can change them. Let's say you are going to come home a little early one day and you want to bump the air down a few minutes before you get there. That's something that's great. Or if you you want to change the program because you have company coming over, something like that, you can program them that way as well. But absolutely, there's no reason, for the main part of your house to be cool as you need it all day when nobody's there, when the kids are in school and you're off at work. It's just no reason for it.
Next one is daylighting. This is allowing more natural light in your home instead of using the electrical lights. So whether it's done through skylights or whether it's done through windows that actually allow the nice light through. And now at Renewal by Andersen, you guys focus on replacement windows. How does that help people?
Well, I'm a fan of glass. So the bigger the glass and the more glass you can get in, the better. And so what you can do is you can use the light that God has provided. We can let that shine in the house and not have to worry about an artificial lighting, those type of things. And so it really will help in certain rooms if you can increase the light coming into your common spaces just by improving the glass in your windows and doors. You might really have some savings there when it comes to your energy bills.
And that comes into our fourth one, which is replacing your windows. Now, Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida, you guys are the replacement division of Andersen Corporation, right?
That's absolutely correct. Andersen set out many years ago to create the best window replacement opportunity for people to have in the home improvement industry, because replacing windows has not always been a great experience for some people. And so Andersen, the mega corporation Andersen, wanted to come up with the best possible way to do it. And so they've done that in Renewal by Andersen.
And so you guys focus not on new construction, not on other areas of construction. It's just about window replacement.
That's absolutely true. One of the things that's different about Renewal by Andersen is that they were, from the beginning, have been designed around replacing windows, where most window companies just have a window company and primarily windows go into new construction. And so they just try to adapt around that concept. So they have a window company, then they try to adapt it into a replacement company. And that's just not as efficient because you have to change too many things in the manufacturing process and too many things in the measuring process for it to work efficiently without creating that process from the beginning.
Now, people who have an existing home, what should they expect their existing windows do, and why are they not as energy efficient as the new replacement windows?
Well, for many, many years, and even currently, basically builders put in the cheapest window they can buy. They put in an aluminum single glazed window, and that window is just not in any way efficient. The aluminum itself is a good conductor of that heat and cold, and then that single pane of glass is also a good conductor of that heat and cold. You can stand next to a window on a hot day and you can feel the heat coming in. And conversely, you're also allowing the cool air that you're trying to keep in out.
And then in the winter, you can go by and actually stand near one of the windows, and you can, if you're on the inside, you can actually feel the cool from the outside come in.
That's true, and you'll also see condensation build up during that process because of that difference in temperature. You're going to have condensation on the inside of those aluminum windows, and it can be a major problem. You can get some mold growth growing there, as well as just having water sitting on the inside of your home.
So the Renewal by Andersen window, it's not vinyl, it's not aluminum, it's not wood. What's left?
Well, what's left is something that Andersen themselves came up with. They came up with a product called Fibrex. And Fibrex is this incredible composite material that they've taken. They took all the wood that they were wasting, so it's a very nice renewable product, very green conscious, and they were throwing all this wood waste away back in the 60s, and the owner or the CEO of Andersen bought an Italian composite company. And so I didn't even realize composites existed in the 60s, but apparently they did in Italy, and they brought it over here, and they combined the wood waste with some thermopolymers, and they came up with a window and a product that looks and feels like a painted wood window. So it has that nice, robust, warm look of a painted wood window with all the efficiency and low maintenance of a vinyl or aluminum window.
So why is the Fibrex more energy conscious than let's say, an aluminum window?
Well, for one thing, aluminum does transfer the heat and cold. So as far as energy efficiency in your home, it that aluminum is allowing that heat and cold to escape. The Fibrex, not only is the Fibrex itself very energy efficient, but the way that the windows are built, there's air spaces in the frame and in the sash frames. And so that does not allow the transfer of heat and cold inside and outside of your house because of the way it's made and the material itself.
Now, you told me before the start of the show that you guys, Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida, were doing an offer for our listeners. Is that accurate? Is it really 30% off?
That is correct. It is 30% off just for the listeners on this show, and not even all of them, just for the first 7 that call, because 30% is a pretty big.
That's a big percent.
That's a pretty big savings. And so, we can't offer it to everybody, but we do want as many people as possible to get to experience the Renewal by Andersen product and process.
So if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you have the opportunity to get 30% off the windows. Now, is it just the windows, or it's windows and installation?
It is the whole shebang. You get everything, the installation, the warranty, the great and incredible service that Renewal by Andersen offers. You get it all.
Now, you're not taking 30% off the warranty, are you? You're giving them the full warranty?
Full warranty. You just get 30% off the total price.
Wow, that's pretty good. Now, if you want to call, the number to dial is 888-713-7210. You have to be fast, though, because only the first 7 callers get this opportunity. It's 888-713-7210. Now, I also heard that they don't have to actually do the project now. They could actually, because some people, they're hearing this and they hadn't really thought about replacing their windows, or they've thought about it, but they're not necessarily really ready. Well, one, you have some great financing options for people, right?
Absolutely true. We've got everything from some 0% to just some lower term, long-term financing.
But let's say that you're not ready, but you may be in 3 months or 6 months. Well, they're going to extend this offer for 6 months. So if you call today, put your name down as one of the first 7 people, then even if you don't do it now, you do it 6 months from now, you can still get this 30% off savings. And you do that by calling 888-713-7210. Again, 888-713-7210. And it's 30% off the entire order for all of our listeners that are listening here to the Renewal Home Show. 888-713-7210. Also, for more information, if you want to visit the website, it's renewalbyandersen.com. Now, in order to get the 30% off, you have to dial this specific phone number. It's only here for our listeners. It's 888-713-7210. You're not going to find this special on Google. You're not going to find it on the internet anywhere. It's only here at the Renewal Home Show. So when it comes to replacing windows, a lot of people, they just don't know where to start. They don't know, who it is that they should call or which one is better than the other. And we're talking about Fibrex and aluminum and vinyl, and they just don't know anything. So how is it that you guys help people through that process?
What we do is you can call that number, and we're going to send an in-home consultant to come out to your home. And we're going to show you some of the other options. We're going to listen to your concerns and to the needs that you have, and we're going to try to offer, and we're going to show you some of ideas that we may have. And then we're going to talk about some of the other products that are out there. We're going to show you, going to put them in your hands, and you're going to see and feel the difference. And it's not going to take long. You will be compelled that Fibrex and that Renewal by Andersen is a superior product. You'll understand that after we show you. So it is just really having an expert consultant come out to you, and we will help you with that.
In preparation of this, I was looking at the website and I saw that it's self-cleaning glass. Is that true?
That is true. There is a product, and it is a little more scientific than I know, but there are basically 13 layers of different additives to the outside of the glass, and what it requires to self-clean, and this is hard to come up with, is heat and water.
Do we have that naturally in Florida? Let's think about it. Heat and water.
Well, it probably works better in Florida than any other state in our great country.
So the windows that you buy from Renewal by Andersen, they're self-cleaning. Is that?
Yep, that is absolutely true. They do self-clean, and it's really pretty incredible process. We have a video that we could show you if we do come out to your home. we could show you some of the things that they go through. But like I said, Renewal by Andersen has pretty much thought of everything, and they seem to think that people don't like cleaning their own windows, so they have come up with a solution for that.
So, and again, if you want to take advantage of the offer, the number to dial is 888-713-7210. Again, 888-713-7210. So with energy efficiency, I know that a lot of times people think about, the insulation, they think about their air conditioners, they think about all of those things. And windows and doors are not the thing that they necessarily think of, but it's actually one of the best things that you can do to conserve energy at your home.
Absolutely true. You can really see a significant savings, and you'll feel a significant difference just from the moment literally that window is replaced. You will know that you are saving money, that your air conditioner is not working as hard as it normally has to. It doesn't have to kick off and on as much. It doesn't have to work so hard to maintain that temperature because the quality and efficiency of these windows is keeping that cool air in your home, and it's doing it with excellence as well as adding beauty to your home.
A few weeks ago, I'd gone to a client's house, and they had their windows replaced, and they didn't see. We didn't do it. Renewal by Andersen didn't do it, and went there and took a look at it, and they had their windows replaced, and they're like, we haven't seen any sort of difference whatsoever in it. And I go over and I look, and we had actually removed a piece of the trim, and behind the trim there was actually this huge gap where the installation was not done well. And so the window itself was actually not a bad window. It wasn't great, but it wasn't a bad window. But the installation was just horrible, where there was a big gap there where they were literally just throwing the air conditioning outside. How do you make sure that with Renewal by Andersen that the installation is key?
Well, you have to make sure that the installation is done right, and that starts with the design. So an in-home consultant comes out and picks the proper window and the proper design for that particular opening. And then we do something that nobody else does that I know of, is we send out an expert measurer. We send a guy out that measures that down to a 1/16 of an inch, and so that gap is non-existent. The window has to be fitted perfectly to the opening, and every single window at Renewal by Andersen is custom made for your opening in your house. It is the best possible fit possible on the market. And so that guy comes out, that expert comes out and measures with excellence, just like everything else at Renewal by Andersen. And then we make the windows for that. So the windows are made perfectly, the design is thought through thoroughly, and then our installers come out and they are trained, and they have made all the standards that we require at Renewal by Andersen to meet the excellence standards that we have, and they do the best job possible.
And it's Renewal by Andersen from start to finish. It's not Joe Schmo company, Joe Schmo installer with a separate window company. It's Renewal by Andersen all the way through.
Yep, that's absolutely, and that is one of the biggest differences about Renewal by Andersen, is that Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida owns the entire process. We come out to your home, we make sure the windows are right, we make sure they're installed right, and we service them and warranty them. And there's one company to call, and that's Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida.
So energy efficiency is key. So we've gone through the first four. It's one was for 5 ways to make your home more energy efficient. First one was insulation. Second one, programmable thermostat. Third one is daylighting, allowing more natural light in so that you don't use the electrical lights. 4, replacing your windows. And then 5, attic ventilation, allowing the hot air that's in the attic space to get out properly. And many times you can just add an additional vent. Many times you need to make sure that power ventilator that you have is actually working correctly, or replace it with a solar-powered fan, or doing some sort of ridge vent to allow the hot air out of the attic space. That attic ventilation is a key element in making sure that the hot air escapes.
Absolutely true. I know that we talk about insulation as number one, but if the attic is not ventilated properly, that insulation is working that much harder. So really, to have a great source of ventilation for allowing that hot air to escape the attic is really important. And of course, higher to the ridge, like you mentioned, a ridge vent or an old style turbine vent are really good. And then also making sure that your soffits are clear, so that fresh, cooler air can get in and push that hotter air towards the peak of the roof where it can escape.
Now, these are all great ways to make your home energy efficient. And the way that you guys focus on at Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida, you guys focus really on two of these, the daylighting and then the replacing of the windows. But you guys do window and door replacement. You know, we've talked a lot about windows, but doors are a pretty large opening in the side of the house, and you guys have a full line of doors that you have.
Right. We offer all the Andersen premium door line for patio door replacement. And really, you're right that the windows and doors, usually they take up about it's a third of the exterior wall space. So if you're thinking of trying to insulate a third of the exterior wall space, you need the best products in there possible. And we have the premium Andersen door line available, as well as the Renewal by Andersen window replacement products.
So when it comes to the actual windows, you know, a lot of times we think here of just this regular single hung window, but there's a lot of different styles that look really good.
That is true. The different styles, as you said, typically you'll just see an aluminum single hung white window, and you know they do what they do. They're a piece of glass there in the opening. But with Renewal by Andersen, we really understand that these windows are really not only about energy efficiency, but also the beautification of your home. And so with different openings, we'll have different ideas. You may want a gliding window, or you may want a casement window. You may have a specialty window that you need replaced. And sometimes the only way to do that is to have these really unique options. And the in-home consultant can come out and show you some of those options and how it's going to look in your home and help you understand what it's going to look like and how it's going to improve the appearance as well as possible ventilation in your home.
So allowing, on a nice cooler day, allowing the windows to be open so you get a nice cross breeze is a great way to save energy as well, because you don't have the air conditioning running, and you can't do that if the window or the door won't open right.
That's right. You see a huge problem with windows just not quite operating right. They have different types of balancers in the frames of the window, and they come loose. They don't work right. And so you have those type of problems. Well, of course, at Renewal by Andersen, we have the premium balance systems, and then also the best doors and weather stripping systems and sealing them. Even if you put a good piece of glass in an opening and it's not sealed properly, then of course you've wasted the effort and the money really that it took to make that happen.
Well, if you are thinking about replacing your windows, there's only one company to call. It's Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. And they are offering a great special to all of our listeners. Now, this is only available for you, our listener. If you're listening to us right now, then that means you can get this offer. What do you have to do? You have to dial this number. It's 888-713-7210. Now, the special offer is 30% off of your window order, your entire window order. That's windows, that's installation, that's everything that it takes to actually install the window. It's 30% off your entire order. The number to dial is 888-713-7210. And again, this is only available for the first 7 callers, so you have to call now, 888-713-7210. Now, even if you're not going to make a decision right now, let's say, I don't know that I'm going to replace my windows right now, but if I do, I want to take advantage of this special offer. Well, our first 7 callers, and even if you don't do it right now, as long as you call now and put your information in, then you can still get that 30% off of your windows and installation. It's 888-713-7210. Again, 888-713-7210. And just call now to take advantage of that 30% savings. And again, this phone number, you're not going to find this phone number on the internet. You're not going to find it on Google. This special you're not finding anywhere else other than for the Renewal Home Show listener, 888-713-7210. Also, if you want more information information on Renewal by Andersen, you can visit the website. It's renewalbyandersen.com. Great website where you can see all kinds of good information, see the history of the company, see how the whole process works, and see other window installations on that website. It's renewalbyandersen.com. Jim Sellers, Director of Sales for Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida, thank you so much for spending time with us today. We do appreciate it. Thanks for giving our listeners that special offer.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a lot of fun to do.
Take care. Thank you for listening to the Renewal Home Show. You have yourself a wonderful day. God bless. See ya.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Anna Wells. 500 passengers have been rescued from a cruise ship after an engine fire broke out today off Puerto Rico. The Caribbean Fantasy was traveling between Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Some flood-ravaged areas in southern Louisiana have been put under curfew because of scattered reports of looting. As the water recedes, people are getting a look at what's left. Alan Oliver lives in Denham Springs.
Hopefully for my flood insurance and any disaster relief we can get, anything to help us out. We just bought this house 4 months ago.
At least 40,000 homes are damaged. House Republicans investigating if Hillary Clinton lied during the FBI investigation into her emails are wading through heavily redacted FBI documents.
The Clinton campaign has called on the FBI to release the files, but some of the information is so highly classified it had to be blacked out. Chairman Jason Chaffetz says he doesn't have the security clearance to read the documents in full.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Sometimes what you want most from your car is nothing. No headaches, no surprises, no anxiety when it's late at night and you're on some distant freeway in a thunderstorm. Owning a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz can be that anxiety-free experience on every level. You know you're in one of the safest and most thoughtfully engineered vehicles on the road. And with an unlimited mileage warranty, you can drive as far as you want for up to 3 years, with roadside assistance included. Your sense of confidence and adventure are as unlimited as the warranty itself. Now you can drive the car of your dreams and realize that nothing is everything. And during the certified pre-owned sales event, now through August 31st, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and 0.99% APR financing on select models, available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties. APR offer available only to qualified customers. Call 1-800-FOR-Mercedes for details about costs and terms.
Council.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. USDA's Foreign Agriculture Service has released the export of peanuts for the 11th month period ending in June. According to USDA, exports are now up an amazing 44.9% over last year, up to 561,000 metric tons. The U.S. exports continue to set new records as they're up 188% comparing June to this year to June of last year. By category, export raw shell peanuts are up 24%, top buyer Canada, followed by Mexico and Vietnam. And then the peanut butter exports, top buyer is Canada, Germany, Nigeria. They're up 11.7%. End shells are up 145%, with the top buyer China, followed by Vietnam, Germany, and Canada. But overall, an amazing increase of 44.9% over last year.
The region's peanut crop is well on its way, and growers know pegging time is critical in the crop's development. To Senator Low Curley's regional representative Ed Lowndes travels the southeast region more than anybody we know, and he says TKI's Crop Vitality product line has what it takes to maximize quantity and quality of your peanut crop at harvest time.
At pegging time, ask for CATS, calcium thiosulfate, 0.06% calcium, 10% sulfur, the most soluble form of calcium you can apply for your peanuts during pegging time.
A crop nutrient expert here in the deep southeast for many years, TKI's Lowndes offers some specific reasons peanut growers should consider CATS and other TKI Crop Vitality products for lasting impact all season long.
Gives you quality peanuts, early maturity, helps fill the peanut pods, helps eliminate pops and sheds at harvest.
And Lowndes adds, it's simple to learn more. Just contact your supplier and
ask for it by name. CATS, TKI Crop Vitality Products.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
WWOCA,
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Hi, I'm Fran Darkington. When I need news, I pass the rest and tune to the source. WOCA.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline